Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Wishing you all very nice day. How are you all? I hope you all are very fine and happy. Dear students, in the last class we were discussing the second part of fourth chapter, India's Maritime Meanders. Today we will move to the third part and we will try to finish the lesson today. Okay, without having more introduction, we can start the lesson. Before that, I want to remind you what we were discussing in the last classes. This is the story of Mr. Aman and his uncle and his friend Naren. Both are working as naval officers in Indian Navy. Aman is a boy who is studying in a school and he is very much eager to know about Indian Army from his uncle. His uncle Vikrant and his friend Naren both are explaining about Indian Navy and their works and duties in Indian Navy as naval officers. They again explain the power of Navy among world navies and they remind him the Naval Day is celebrated on December 4 every year. Now let's move to the third part. It is important to ensure that administration is efficient, continued Uncle Vikrant. For life at sea is full of challenges and quick decisions. Every individual is entrusted with a specific role for which he or she has been specially trained. For example, some officers in the ship would be proficient navigators, while others may be experts in the use of weapons such as missiles, guns, and torpedoes. Here, Mr. Uncle Vikrant was explaining the duties and responsibilities of officers in a naval ship. Then he continued that it is important to ensure that each and every administration is efficient and proficient. Because the life in a naval ship, in a vessel, is full of challenges that they have to take quick and speedy decisions. That is why each and every officer, each and every individual in a naval ship should be specially trained and able to take quick decision. For example, Uncle Vikrant says some of the officers may be proficient navigators and some others may be expert in using weapons like missiles, guns and torpedoes. I would like to be a pilot in the Navy, said Aman suddenly. I feel it will be dangerous but rewarding. Do you think I can be a pilot if I work hard towards my goal, Uncle Vikrant? Asked Aman, looking at Vikrant and Naren expectantly. Here, Aman expresses his desire, his wish to become a naval pilot. Aman already understood that it is not an easy job, it is very dangerous job, but he thinks that it is a rewarding job. That is why he asked his uncle, can I be a good pilot if I work hard towards my goal? Of course you can, said Uncle Vikrant unhesitatingly. The pilots in the Navy could get an opportunity to fly a range of aircraft from fighter planes such as MiG-29K to large Boeings to helicopters from small decks of the ships operating over calm to rough seas by day or night. The Navy also has officers and men who specialize as marine commandos, who are the allied fighting forces. Now Uncle Vikrant tried to motivate Aman that you can, of course you can be a good pilot if you work hard. And then Mr. Uncle explained the opportunities of a Navy pilot he gets during his pilotship as a Navy officer. Naren explained the opportunity of flying aircraft from fighter planes such as MiG-29K to large Boeing to helicopters from small decks of the ships operating over calm to rough seas. Uncle Vikrant then explained about a special force, a special team of marine commandos who are very expert and specialized for fighting forces. Now, do I have to spend most of my time at sea? Asked Aman, and Uncle Vikrant laughed. Are you having second thought about joining the Navy? He asked in his forthright manner, and Aman looked a trifle abashed. Now Aman asked his uncle about that should I spend all my time in naval ship? Then uncle asked him, do you have a second thought? Do you have any confusion? Directly uncle asked him in a forthright manner. Then Aman was looked a trifle abashed. Abashed means slightly embarrassed or ashamed. Then uncle replied him, Aman, the ship has its own home port and one gets to spend some time in or close to that port. Every individual gets an opportunity to visit far-flung places in India and abroad. Whilst at sea, the Navy looks after the welfare of our families through a family welfare cell which is manned 24/7. Now Uncle Vikrant clarifies the doubts of Aman that he should not work 24 hours every full time in the ship, but he will get chance to visit his home port and spend time. He will get opportunity to visit far-flung places in India and abroad. At the same time, there will be a welfare cell, a welfare society to look after, to take care of the family members of the Navy officers. So, are all your questions answered, young man? Asked Naren, and Aman nodded and thanked him and his uncle. At last, Vikrant's friend Naren asked Aman that, now you got all the answers for your questions? Then Aman nodded his head and thanked both of them. Then holding his uncle's hand, he asked, would you come over to our school to address the students? We are all eager to know how the Navy works and would like to hear more about it from both of you. If you share some of your experiences with us, it will be wonderful. Now Aman invites his uncle and his friend Naren to his school to deliver a speech about Indian Navy and their experiences in the Indian Navy. We certainly will, said the two friends together. Keep your questions ready and we will be there to answer them. Then both uncle and his friend Naren replied him that definitely, certainly they will come to his school. Aman thanked them and the three of them went out to the ice cream parlor to have the treat that Vikrant had promised his nephew. At last, after all the questions from Aman to his uncle Vikrant and his friend Naren, all of them went to an ice cream parlor where Uncle Vikrant had promised to Aman an ice cream. Dear students, now the chapter is over. It is finished. I hope all of you are understood well. If you have any doubts and queries, you can WhatsApp me. For discussing the exercise part and grammar part, we will conduct an online live session in Google Meet. Okay, thank you very much.